Stop it. Oh, stop it. Oh, stop it. Stop. You need to stop burning yourself out. I know you have one of the most demanding jobs in the world. You don't just have the responsibilities of operations, but you also have salespeople coming at you and finance and all the challenges that operations provides. But you need to take a breath and you need to stop burning yourself out. Now, I'm going to share with you why it's actually better for the company to not burn yourself out. But I want to start off by sharing how I ended up wearing too many hats a couple of jobs ago. It's something I still struggle with. I think anyone who cares struggles with doing too much. So I was in a sales job and I got good enough at sales that I started closing more deals and bigger deals and different types of deals than this company was used to, which was ridiculously exciting. But also, by the time it started coming down to delivering the products, I started getting horrified because I pride myself on doing a great job and caring, and next thing you know, operations isn't delivering the product that I sold. And it started becoming extremely painful for me. I started getting embarrassed, and some of the most humiliating moments of my career came from those times where operations just wasn't fulfilling properly. So next thing I know, I start becoming an operations specialist and I start project managing the deals that I closed. I'm only getting paid for being a salesperson. And here I am now, just taking on the role of a project manager. So now the company is getting a salesperson and a project manager for free. And for me at that time, instead of demanding that the company gets better and keep allowing them to fail and kind of figure it out on their own, I end up just doing more work myself. So I'm working more on the weekends, I'm stressed, I'm constantly caring. And the worst part is, I start taking on all the pressure and stress of operations in addition to the pressure and stress of a salesperson. Which, if you haven't figured it out by now, sales is one of the most mentally and emotionally challenging jobs in the world, and so is operations. So I'm just getting crushed. And what I found was that by letting go and just allowing operations to fail, allowed me to help them learn how to kind of swim on their own. And allowed me to be a better salesperson and let the company be more successful. So for you, as an operations individual, in your role right now, you need to stop putting out every single fire. You need to stop trying to save every single day. The reason that it's going to be better is because when you see if a system fails, you can actually solve the problem of that system. If you see that it's going to fail and you jump in and save the day because you're covering for somebody, or you patch a broken system in the moment, that's great and all because you saved the day in the moment. But typically what happens is we save the day in the moment and we just go on to the next fire. So now we have to constantly go back to that thing that we're patching instead of fixing it permanently. So what Lean Six Sigma methodology would teach you to do is to let the operation fail, let your system fail, and then fix the system. I know it's really controversial, but it's one of the most important methodologies on the planet if you're doing manufacturing or any really serious scalable process, is you have to let go and you have to just allow the cards to fall and let things play out and then fix whatever issues come up with a systems approach versus being a superhero. The second place you're going to learn that is this book called Principles by Ray Dalio. Ray Dalio is one of the most successful hedge fund managers in the world, and he built his business through systems and through allowing things to fail in his organization, then learning why they failed, and he built systems to prevent those things from ever failing again. So instead of he himself being so smart, you see how smart he is, look at this book. And by the way, I know you don't have time to read this book, but instead of him constantly trying to figure out how to solve every single problem in the moment, it's so urgent, right? All the problems that are in your email inbox right now are so urgent, I know. But what if you just let go and let those problems just play out? Then you think about, how can I solve those problems from a systems perspective? You have to take a little bit of heat. I know you have to take some heat from the sales team, the sales leadership, that's intense. You gotta take some heat from finance, that's intense. You gotta take some heat from operations. But what would you rather do? Take a little bit of heat right now in the moment? Or do you wanna have a permanent level of heat just constantly gnawing at you? So the deal is, let the organization fail, don't burn yourself out. Most sales operations folks are working 10 to 15 hours more a week than they should be, and they're just constantly spinning plates and keeping things going. Where if you let a couple plates fall, and you let a couple plates break, but you fix the spinner, so the spinner can work without you, that's how you become more successful in your role. Success as a sales operations person should be defined by how well the systems work when you're gone, not when you're there. It's really kind of intoxicating, right? When we're sitting there in our job and just thinking, man, look at how important I am because Look at all the things that would break without me being there. That's the sign of a not successful individual. That's a sign of a not successful leader. And in sales operations, the reason you're there is to make all those systems work. So make sure that those systems work without you. Be willing to let things fail. Be willing to deal with the blowback of the failure and then solve them permanently so you can be successful long-term, not burn out, and actually enjoy your life versus working those 60, 70, 80 plus hour weeks, stressed out all the time. If you want to stop burning yourself out while becoming more efficient, click below or check out ClientPoint.net to learn more.